and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. Unfortunately, Shiny Pilot cannot be with us today, most likely because work sucks. Yeah, let's just go around to the rest of everyone, say who we are and who we'll be playing. I myself will be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers, a nobleman, a warlock, being of great power and great responsibility, and just incredibly, devilishly. Speaking of devilishly handsome, especially in the beard department, we have D20 coup de grace. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, that is me. Hi, I'll be playing Harlan Flipcloak. He is a hobgoblin wizard, and he'll probably be working on some scrolls today.
Excellent. Working on some scrolls. Someone who does that for their real-life job is Nagatosaurus. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Hi, I'm Nagatosaurus. I play Hal, the shifter fighter, and I know how to read much better than she does. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
A good thing considering your job.
Yeah.
People who know how to read for 300, we've got producer Trav. Who's muted. He can read, but he can't talk. It's fine. We all
I
have our
can't
shortcomings.
see my mouse cursor with the goggles on. Hi, I'm producer Trav, and I wasn't thinking about that when I bought these, but I'm committed to them. It helps me get into character, along with loud primal scream therapy. I'm playing Lamont Quinlan, and he dresses like Judge Doom, and he's crazy as a shithouse rat. And right now he's rage eating, which I've been doing for the last few days. And I'm ready to get it on.
All right. And last, but of course certainly not least, we have our Dungeon Master, Deception Check. How are you?
I'm fine. I gotta say, that was your best Nugatosaurus segue yet. It is so much better than some of the bad ones you've done. It's so much better. That was nice. I'm actually proud of you on that segue.
Depends on what I have to work with and my brain at the last second. So
that was so good. Yeah, I'm at Deception Check. I'm the person lucky enough to be able to run my friends through a game in the world of Exandria, Matt Mercer's brainchild. We playing a game of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. It's been adjusted for Amon and a bit of the supplement Dragon Heist Forgotten Tales. You can find on the DM's Guild. It's an excellent addition to the campaign book by Wizards of the Coast. These fine heroes are having a bit of a problem because it seems like most of the world's out to get them, and the ones that aren't, they don't want to have anything to do with. Offers of assistance have been given and turned away by Hal. Both with two fingers in the air, the two finger salute there. And Lamont's having a bit of a breakdown after having an epiphany, and that's going well. Wendell is Wendell. Wendell is calm, cool, collective, and always on the lookout for his next date. And Harlan just doesn't want to leave the temple because there's a bad wizard out there. And that bad wizard is scaring the toupee off his head. So we will catch up with our intrepid heroes sitting still in the dining area of the House of Inspired Hands inside the city of Amon in the early afternoon of the 25th of Dulahay, the world of Exandria, where Wendell has just said we need to gather information about our heist. Speak.
I thought we had plans to go to one of the workers.
We need to find where they live.
Oh,
so that we may speak with them outside of the bank we can't get into formally at this point in time.
Okay, so I don't even believe this bank exists.
Yeah.
But if these people work there, don't they just not remember it when they go home?
Well, surely if they didn't remember anything, they wouldn't show back up to work the next day, and they'd have to
But don't they get
continually...
picked up? They
They'd
get
have to
picked up for work.
continually retrain their employees, though. Every day, day one, every day can't be a training day.
But like when you look at it, you remember everything.
Nope. No,
No?
you do not.
I thought you did.
No, because
do.
Igor would be like, "What's that bank?" And Lamont is, yeah, no, and you were, yeah. No one
No,
remembered
no.
it.
If you
Oh,
like,
you look away, you forget about it. But when you look
you
at
look
it,
away, you forget. And you're like, why were we here, Master? But as soon
Mm.
as you turn back, you know exactly what you remember everything that happened before.
Okay. He goes. He'll say that then. Like you remember it when you look back at it. So
Yeah, so like they just forget where they work when they go home, but then they get picked up by work, and then they know.
maybe. Do you remember this? And I hold up a picture I drew of the bank. This jog any memories?
No, it's
No.
a building.
Well, I tried.
Classic Amon architecture.
Yes, well, surely they must remember something. Otherwise, they'd forget to dress up to go to work.
I have
Perhaps,
no idea.
perhaps they think they work in a different building, but retain the same skills and vague layout. Perhaps they know something. We won't know unless we talk to them. Maybe they have fancy identification cards that lets them recall everything while they were inside.
Sure. I mean, do we know where these people are?
I have some names, and basic descriptions, which I am getting from my book right here.
There's been an adjustment on Georgie's location.
Okay. Cool. Alright, and I will just share this with the group so y'all can see it, make it easier on itself. I put this info in a Google Doc. I'm a big smarty pants sometimes. Oop. So we've got a Lutetia ink brush. She's a clerk, a Georgie Ninebellies, who's a guard, Doc Turnskool, the cook's assistant. I find it rather interesting they have a cook on the premise. I guess you can't leave for a lunch break. What does that mean?
And didn't you say there was apparently a dragon there? So maybe like
Yes.
he eats.
I suppose. You could just get it delivered.
I don't know. I've never been in a bank before.
You've never been in a bank before.
No.
Well, maybe we'll walk into a
Well,
random bank. as
I mean,
like-
there was this one time I robbed a bank, but
Well, then you've been in a bank.
yeah, but you know, that wasn't
We're going
I
to be
don't know how
doing the
banks work.
same
I just-
thing.
took all the gold out of it.
Well, we're going to be repeating that process with this bank.
Great, I can do that.
But
I know how to rob a bank.
excellent, and not get caught doing so.
Don't know how to do that.
Oh, you got caught robbing the bank.
Yeah, I wasn't with the best people, and they kind of knocked me out and blamed it on me. That was fun.
All right, so we'll take what we learned from your previous failures and apply it towards our future success.
Yeah, if any of you knock me out and blame it on me, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No, I would not do that.
Okay.
Not you, Hal. After
Good
all,
to
you're
know.
first in line.
Can I be off that list? Can I be out of that line completely?
I reserve that space for you, Hal. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere.
Dear God. Someone else talk to this fucking noble. And I'm gonna leave the room.
All right. Well, I'll be working on some escape strategies.
Yes. Escape strategies. Anonymity strategies. Perhaps some disguises.
Disguises. All right, I'll think about
For the
that.
stakeout. You know.
Of course. Start designing some costumes.
Okay, Harlan, you'll know that if they're going to try and stake out the group, that they leave probably in the next 3.5 hours. So they would need to be there to watch them leave if they're going to. So you only have 3.5 hours to create your costumes.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
If they're going today.
yes.
We need to go sooner rather than later, I think.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just some so that we're not immediately recognizable. You know, we could save our costumes for the heist and be ourselves for this part. That'll give us more time for the disguises.
If you wish to go out undisguised, although I don't suggest it.
No?
Still have mad wizards after us.
This is true. I suppose.
So,
Yes, Lamont.
I don't mean to interrupt
No,
your
no.
master plan here. I'm
No,
super
please,
impressed
contribute
by
heist advice.
what's going on in
Group
here.
effort.
Y'all are about to crack it. I was just about to say that. So the doc that you should hear the information about our potential leads
Yes.
here. You share that with everybody.
Yes,
Okay.
because
Well,
we need a good plan, and this is not the time to withhold information.
you shake down the guard.
Georgie Ninebellies.
The one who works at the pie, whatever. Shake him down. Break him. You know? Break him. Have him let us in the back door.
Yes,
1, 2,
perhaps
3.
we can, for cooperation, we could give him free drink vouchers at the Troll Skull Manor.
Right.
Or
I
not
could
Troll
break
Skull
him
Manor, I'm reading from the document, at the Grey Skull Tavern.
Told you there need to be some updates to the
Yeah.
document.
You could do it that way, or you could break his little finger and then tell him that he needs to let us in the back door.
But if we want him to be cooperative, why would we break his fingers preemptively?
On threat of breaking the other 9 fingers. What about this is confusing? Harlan?
Could work, but it could also
Backfire.
backfire. Yes.
Yes.
What? His finger?
Yeah.
If he's very sensitive to pain, he could just immediately pass out on it.
It's entirely true.
Well,
Or if he
okay.
tells his compatriots, hey look, there are some people who are looking to mess with us. Keep your eyes out for them. But if we bribe him with free drink vouchers...
Get him real drunk.
Oh, yes, we could get him very drunk and get him to talk. I like
Well,
this.
there you go.
This is a good plan.
That I like.
Yes.
Anybody want pie?
Well, if you could bring me back one.
You're a cake. You a cake guy or more of a pie person? It's one or the other. I find that people prefer one or the other.
Haven't had many. I suppose. I don't know.
Come on, pie or cake?
It's he has trouble making this decision.
Cobbler.
It's like, oh shit.
Cake or death.
You
Tea and cake or death.
have me in a conundrum. You have me in a conundrum, sir.
See, stumped you.
It's
It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do.
No. No, it is not. But
All
I
right,
would
look.
like you to bring me a pie.
All right, I'll get you a pie to go.
I have
All
a
right.
pie, but you shouldn't eat it. No one should.
That
we
is
hate them.
gross. So, go down, get a slice of pie, and get gorgy.
Good.
to help us out. I'll be right back.
All right. Yes.
Okay,
So
we
we've
just-
got a plan for the guard. We also have a cook and a clerk we could speak with.
He's gonna be a little hard to get from. Well,
I like this plan for him. All right. So
Port of Amon townhouse. Huh?
yes, there's a lot of townhouses there, so we'll have to tail a carriage, I assume. Perhaps we could find a local porcelain pug vendor and say we have something. We heard she was a bit of a collector and ask if she's already had this piece, or at least claim to be a fan of porcelain pugs and ask to see her impressive collection.
I like it.
Yes. Yes. Alright, and then we've got... He looks and he sees that Hal has left the orphan haver. Oh, he has 12 orphans. It's so difficult. No wonder orphans are hard to find. The market's completely been bought up. Anyways. Between Howell and this Stark fellow, there's left. He also appears to be in the port of Iman. This is all very convenient. Perhaps they carriage pool together to work. And he has a cat. And... But they'd want a cut, I have a feeling. I don't know who Klanghammer is, but he's in the information I have. I'm sure we can find out.
Klanghammer is the name of the person who runs the bank,
Okay.
which you know to be something completely different.
Gold Dragon! Well,
So as Lamont and Harlan and Wendell continue to discuss options for going after the information provided by these possible
need a
three.
porcelain pug, a lot of liquor, and an orphan
Yes.
to bribe all of these people with.
Let's check in with Hal, who walked out in a huff. But who knows where
So-
she's going?
Yeah, so is there like a mailroom in this temple?
No, not really.
No.
No. They have a scriptorium where monks copy books and scrolls.
Great, I'll go there.
Okay. You find your way there after a little while. One of the temple clerks points you in the right direction when you see them. You find a smaller room, smells of aged parchment, you know, that real dry kind of pulpy smell to the air. There's a bit of dust also, and there's an underlying smell of ink, like a dark ink that's being used. It has a very recognizable aroma. There are 4 desks, and one is occupied by a small gnome standing on his stool, scribbling away, copying a scroll.
Is it like, so I'm gonna like knock on the door frame?
Okay. Yes.
Hi.
Oh, hello. And you see him, he plops down on the stool and kind of like turns and looks, his feet kicking above the ground.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm
I
Hal.
don't get a lot of people here.
Oh,
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Hal.
Hi, Hal.
Who
I'm
are
Stewart.
you? Steward?
Stewart.
Good name.
It's a T,
Stewart?
not a D. Yeah,
Yeah.
T. Stewart.
I don't know letters. Okay.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm looking for a package that was supposed to be delivered here, but I don't
Oh.
know where to go.
I don't know that they would be delivered here because we basically deal in the copying of parchments, scrolls, and books.
Well, I meant like the temple in general. I have no
Oh.
idea what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Well, normally it would come to the front and probably go with whichever. I would just check who's on duty at the front of the temple doing tours and introductions and prayers and things. Maybe they'll
Okay.
know.
Cool. So
Cool.
what are you writing?
Oh, this is a scroll. It's a copy of a scroll that's been copied several times. It's about the gifts that the Allhammer gives to us. It was written by a rather crazy old orc. It's hard to read, really. I'm copying it in a common so that everybody else can understand it. It's a lot of like blood and anger, and I don't know really how it works with the blood, the all hammer here, but maybe he was a little more angry in this time. I don't know. It's really strange, but it's fun.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. If I could read it, I would, but
Do you need help learning to read?
I've been going to the library.
Well, sometimes I found that copying words can help you learn what they look like, and if you know what they are and you copy them, it sometimes helps you. That's just a
Yeah.
hint. I mean, it might maybe.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, you don't have to
own
know
any,
what it is
books,
to
though.
copy it.
But like, if I don't know what it is, how am I gonna find out what it is?
Well, you copy it, and then someone tells you what it is, and you see it, and you know what it is. You learn to write it, and then they tell you what it is. It's look. I'm just telling you what works for me.
I mean, it's
I've learned
shot.
12 languages that way.
I know one.
Well, I mean, really, do you know it? I mean, you can't read
I can
it or write
speak
it. Yeah, but it knowing means you can read and write it too. Maybe.
Fine. I don't know any languages.
That's fine.
Bye.
No.
Nice. Start to leave in a huff.
All Hammer's blessing to you. Sorry, I didn't mean. Oh, I always make him angry. He just drops his head.
Oh, poor guy. I'll go to the front of the temple, I guess.
Okay. You come to the front of the temple. There's just people milling around. Some people, looks like, patrons come by waiting to speak with clerics or some of the people that work in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
There is one cleric off to the side, seems to be just waiting for something to do.
I'm gonna go to that one.
Oh,
Hi.
hello. Can I help you?
Yeah. Have there been any packages delivered?
Yes, quite a few packages have been delivered today.
Is there one for Hal? That's me. I'm Hal.
Oh, hello, Hal.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Geneva.
Geneva. That's
Yes.
a cool name.
Thank you. Oh, I should go look.
No,
shouldn't I?
yeah.
I'm sorry. And so turns around and it goes to check. It's like, yes, there was a small package for you.
Yes. Yes.
From Bigby's Magical Emporium.
Yep.
Ah,
that's the one.
I hear they're better than Mordenkainen. So, I mean, do you have any opinion on that?
Yeah, Mordenkainen's the touristy, super hyper hyped up crap kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, the chintzy kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Bigby's is they have more specialized stuff and it's higher quality, so.
Yeah, but it's not as expensive as Gilmore's because he got famous and all that. Now you can't.
No, the prices are way out the roof. Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's good materials. I've been in there. It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but no one can afford that.
I was dared to steal something from there once and didn't do it because they would have murdered me.
Well, maybe put you in amber or stasis or something like that.
Which is basically murder.
Well, not really, but okay, fine. Here's your package.
Thank you. Bye, Geneva.
Goodbye.
Nice talking to you.
It was a pleasure speaking with you as well. I see you're staying in the temple?
Yeah, momentarily, because we don't really know what the fuck we're doing, so.
Well, this is a place where you can find yourself and find a direction. So if you ever have any questions, I'm here all the time.
Good to know. Thanks, Geneva.
You're welcome, Hal.
She a human?
He.
He. Oh, Geneva. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So he's human, yeah?
No.
Elf.
Tall, thin, kind of androgynous.
Yeah, okay. I don't like elves, but he seemed fine, so. Okay, bye. I'm gonna open it and make sure everything's good to go.
Everything in the package is as you requested.
Yes. Cool. I'm gonna put my half on.
Okay.
Left wrist.
Fits perfectly.
Sweet. And so yesterday was when I got the letter from Nezrin, right?
Yes, you received the letter yesterday, and then last night you went to Bigby's.
Right.
And then today you received your delivery.
So not tomorrow, but the day after is when she's leaving.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the 27th.
Okay. I'm going to go back to that scribe guy.
Okay.
Hi again.
Oh, hi. you came back. I'm actually surprised.
I mean, yeah. But wouldn't I come back? You're pretty chill.
Well, you seem kind of mad
Well,
when you left, and I normally make people angry, and I never see them again.
I mean, I was annoyed, but this doesn't mean I'm not going to talk to you again.
Oh, wow. I'm not used to that. Thank you.
Well, then you must not know very good people.
I don't know very many people.
Fair. Neither do I. I don't know very many good people. I know a lot of people, just not any good people. Anyway, can you help me write a letter?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, is it interesting?
I don't know what you would classify as interesting.
That's a good point. I guess I'll have to judge after the fact.
Yeah.
Sure, I can help.
Sweet.
I even have paper and ink here.
That's good.
Okay, great. And so as you dictate your letter
Okay.
to Stuart, you can send that to me if you want to. We'll go back to Wendell and Harland, and Lamont, who seems to be staring off into space angrily. We'll see what they're up to now.
Right, so that porcelain pug, a lot of alcohol, and an orphan. Sounds like the setup for a really bad joke.
Does it?
That or a very ingenious, never-before-done heist. I haven't quite decided yet. I guess we'll find out.
I'm sure we could find a porcelain pug around here. There's got to be people creating all sorts of
I
strange...
don't think so.
I suppose I'll start searching for that.
Alright, or we could be porcelain pug enthusiasts. Like, oh my goodness, I've heard you have so many porcelain pugs.
What if I find another type of dog, like a...
Oh, like a Weimaraner, or a Dachshund.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if it's of a different material, not porcelain?
Oh, yes. I mean, perhaps we could just enthuse over generic dog figurines of vague materials.
I'll see what I can find.
All right. I'm going to make a flyer for orphan funding and assistance.
Help me find orphans?
No. I see you have a lot of orphans here. Perhaps you could take better care of them with funding from the Guiding Light of Truth organization. It looks like a beautiful beam of light coming down out of the sky. Branching out. I'm going to try to get all those suckers.
I'm away by now.
So Harlan's now left. So it's just Wendell and Lamont sitting there. And Lamont is really not paying attention. What do you do after Harlan steps out?
Look I go over all the information again. I'm like, drinks. Maybe we can get a can of cat food. Just talk to the cat. He'll just make some notes on these people. So that way when we're tailing them, if we have to split up to talk, people have.
As you're sitting there alone, now that everyone's out of the way and Lamont has kind of turned his back and staring at a wall angrily, you hear a little voice in your head. You're really not going about this the right way. I gave you that information to try and help you.
Well, I've never heisted anything before. Most of my operations have been legal, aside from slight tax evasion and, of course, underpaid workers.
I know your mental faculties are deficient for something like this, but you've seen firsthand that anyone who looks away from the bank forgets all of the bank. What bit of information do you believe you will gain from these leads I've given you away from the bank?
Hoping we'd glean something. Perhaps we need to confront them as they walk out of shift and speak to them with our backs towards the banks and them facing it so it's in the peripheral vision behind my shoulder.
That might be an option. Perhaps you should consider what the effect is that's causing people to forget. Maybe if you focused on removing that, you could speak to them at your leisure instead of on the doorstep of the place you hope to rob.
I would think the effect comes from deeper within, but perhaps it is somewhat external.
Perhaps with something like, I don't know, an ingenious idea, an understanding of the effects of magic, perhaps maybe you could remove said effect from one of these poor employees. Or maybe that's just a bit too much to ask from someone of your capabilities.
Well, now. I have some capabilities of dispelling magic of sorts.
I see your mind. I know what your capabilities are. I'm so disappointed.
This is why you're not my patron. My patron. I just
Yes.
take a big bite out of, I imagine there's just a snack platter on the planning table, and I've just been eating constantly off of it.
There's a big, gulf of empty space kind of as you worked your way through it. Yes. I will endeavor to continue our association as long as you continue to give me information on that fallen one who imprisoned me.
When I'm very much richer from having thefted this vault, it'll be a lot easier to obtain information. Money opens
I will continue to watch.
so many doors.
Please, don't get killed. I don't want to go through this again.
I'll endeavor not to. It sounds horrific.
And he just sort of fades away. You still feel like an Orly presence on the back of your mind where he's kind of sitting
I'm
there.
used to a kind of presence like that. It's just a little. This one's just a little greasier than the one.
Yeah,
I'm used to.
it really is just
Ugh.
a difference
People call
compared to
me
your patron.
greasy. Oof. All right.
So as you ponder that, let's go check with Harlan. Harlan, you've left the dining hall looking for something. What is it you're hoping to find?
Basically, I'm starting in my search at porcelain pug figurines, and then I'll widen my search to a rock that looks kind of like a dog.
That's fair. That's fair. How would you like to go about searching for porcelain dog figurines or porcelain pug figurines?
Well, this is this is a temple of workshops, right? I'm just
Yes.
I am not respecting privacy at all. I'll just burst into places looking for these things.
Okay, roll me an investigation check. Let's see how lucky you are in.
Okay. Investigation. There we go. 16.
Okay, 16. That's not bad at all.
I mean, there don't even have to be dogs. Just something, hopefully animal. Porcelain people, probably not good.
Okay. You find after a while, you listen out for what you know to be the sounds of the shaping of stone. It's a much different sound than those of the smithy and those working in other materials. With your keen intellect, you're able to discern the difference in the quality of these sounds, and you lead yourself into what looks to be a workshop. There is stone dust on the ground, almost thick enough to write your name in. There
Alright.
are misshapen forms of stone in all different colors in different across different areas of the room, and there are people chiseling and sanding and staring intently at stone.
Right. Is there anyone that looks like they just finished a piece or are about to finish a piece? Because I don't want to interrupt them while they're working.
You do see a young woman, half elf. You think might be human. It's hard to tell sometimes, but it has elven features to her. She is leaning over a drafting table, it looks like, sketching a few things out, and she has a few bits of stone on the table that she keeps referencing, but she doesn't seem to be deeply working.
Just kind of like, kind of go stand over next to her and just kind of cough for a second.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. May I help you?
Oh, yes, I'm looking for someone who likes to make figurines.
Oh, I think you've come to the right place. We all here like to design things from time to time. Many of us work on larger scales, but smaller scales can be just as rewarding. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Do you know anyone who makes porcelain pugs?
Oh, porcelain is a bit of a different thing. It's more of a ceramic. There's a bit more pottery to it. I think in one of the other workshops, there's a cleric there, Amunet Herrit. Amunet Herrit. She is a sculptor of ceramics and probably works in porcelain from time to time.
Okay. Well,
Was that helpful?
Oh, very. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I had to. I'm sorry I disturbed you from your work.
Oh, there's no. I'm fighting over this. I don't know what to do. Really, I'm just trying to decide how to approach this particular design. I'm trying to build a representation of the Allhammer in stone, and it's escaping me right now. I have to pray on it more.
Well, I mean, it's just he probably would have attempted to help, but since it's an Allhammer thing, he doesn't know shit about that.
Just 2 doors down, really. You should be able to find Amunet.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Allhammer with you.
And with you. And he'll head off that way.
Okay. You enter into a darkened workshop. There is a single candle and a person kind of just sitting there staring at at one of those pedal tables that spins where they work on clay. I don't remember what they're called exactly, but it seems like there's a misshapen form that looked like it folded over and fell. And the person is sitting back in the dark staring at it rather despondently.
It's a bit dark in here. Hello?
Oh yes. Hello. You see an older woman, definitely elvish, look up. Yes, I don't know exactly what happened. I lost concentration for a moment and the design left me.
Well, good thing about clay is you can start over, right?
That's true. But you should revel as much in the failures as you should in the successes. And I'm thinking on what I did wrong so I might learn.
Well, if I can distract you for a moment.
Oh, well, no, please. All hammer blessing on you. How may I help?
Are you Amunet Herod?
Oh, yes, I am Amunet. Yes.
I heard that you make porcelain pug figurines.
Well, I have been known to make some. Don't tell me, are you one of Inkbrush's minions? She sends them in here all the time, trying to get these little porcelain pug things. I've made so many. If she would just ask herself, it'd be fine.
Oh man, I don't. Harlan, I don't want to lie. I was gonna just say, yeah, that's me. No, but I was looking for a gift for her.
Oh.
And I heard, and I know she loves the things.
Yes, I think anyone who knows her knows that she is overtly attached to these little pugs. I appreciate that she likes my work, but it's disturbing the amount of care and control she has over these things at her home. I've only been there once, and I touched one, and she ran from the other room and chastised me for touching the same thing I had just given her and created.
Yes, I'm sure she is quite protectful of these objects.
Well, I guess I could be persuaded, perhaps, to make another pug in porcelain again. If this is something that you truly wish and need.
Would you like payment, or do you need something?
If you'd make a donation to the temple, it'd be fine.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Yes, I'll put aside my other projects, and it'll be tomorrow before it's complete. The curing of the porcelain in the kiln will take some time.
Well, I'll be in the temple if there's anything that I can do to help assist you.
No, that won't be necessary. You'll be staying in the visitor cells.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We have been for a few days now, although we should be getting out of your hair soon.
I spend more time in my workshop than anywhere else, so I apologize for not meeting you earlier. Are you visiting clerics or dignitaries, or?
More, I want to be in the presence of the Allhammer.
No, we all do. And we all are, as long as we're here and hold him in our hearts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Allhammer be with you.
And with you, and I hope that you're able to recover from this thing you're working on here. Have a nice day. I leave.
Yes. All right. So as you head back, let's go check in with Lamont, who has been angrily staring at the wall, ignoring everybody in the dining area as they've all left. Wendell is mumbling about orphans behind you and pamphlets. And you're sitting there kind of angrily staring at the wall. What do you want to do, Lamont, now that you're focused enough to react?
Pie. I would love a slice of pie. I thought that's what we were just talking about. I spaced out for just a second. I've been. Where'd you go? We were just talking. Wendell.
Yes. Sorry. I was just talking to myself.
Pie, we're gonna shake this guy down. I'm the mouth. You're the muscle.
I thought we were going to get him drunk. Talk to us.
I want to scare the shit out of him.
Lamont, we can't scare the shit out of everyone we meet. And expect to have them do us favors.
I see. I just think we're just gonna have to agree to disagree there, but we can have it your way. I'll give him dirty looks and eat pie, and you can get him
I
trashed.
just
And
ate a whole pie yesterday, though.
that was yesterday.
Yes.
No, I have at minimum one pie a day
Oh my
quotient. It's fine.
Says Wendell as he just keeps eating. Well,
You've currently made it through the platter to the potato stuff now, and you're just shoving potato stuff into your mouth.
I've just got a fork. I'm like, yes, potato stuff.
Lamont doesn't get irony though, so he's just watching you eat. All right.
Did anybody else come up with a better plan?
I think we might talk to them outside of the bank rather than tail them completely home. But I'm thinking we bribe them with things to get them to talk.
All right.
That way we can talk to them while having our backs towards the establishment, and they can have it in their periphery and not forget anything.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, do you have
don't
any
have better ideas?
Yes,
no, I don't.
All right. So we'll talk to them outside of work. Perhaps we should each approach someone. Make chat. Like, hello, we have maybe a rock that looks like a vague animal or something to show you. And I hear you like porcelain bugs. Tell us about what happens inside your place of work. I'm interested in pursuing a job there or something. I've been, thankfully, most likely get the security guard drunk.
We're all gonna die here, aren't we?
Oh, no, I got a much better plan. Dream, if you will, a picture. I'm perched on a nearby. All right, well, okay, it's a turn phrase. I'm perched on a nearby rooftop. Gorgy, whatever pie guy, security guard, leaves after his shift. I reach into his mind. I tell him that I am the terror what strikes in the dark, and I demand he does my bidding. And he cracks because he's never been so terrified in his life.
Yeah, how many times has that
I was
worked for us
about
before,
to ask the same
Lamont?
thing. When have you
Never?
Yes, going in someone's brain and being, I am the terror that strikes in the dark or whatever, actually paid off in our favor.
No time that I can remember.
At least twice.
When?
There was a cultist. I'm pretty sure it worked on you, Hal.
Yeah, you're fucking funny.
Worked on your mother.
I don't have a mom.
Uh-huh.
That's right, because perfection, is created, not born.
All right, saves cheap shot. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, what did you just say, Wendell?
Nothing, let's continue on with the plan.
So the plan is not to terrify this guy.
No.
Okay. All right.
We're not very terrifying people. So.
We're not yet.
You may be.
She's definitely scarier than you are.
What are you talking about?
You die every 5 seconds.
I creep in the shadows and strike terror into the heart of the city.
And you would go unconscious.
Who have you struck terror into?
Oh, really?
Really?
Who's going to go unconscious?
Statistically speaking,
record shows you.
Yes, I have the statistics here, and he'll actually turn to a page in which it says, Lamont owes me his life, and there's just tally marks now.
It's not funny. All right.
That's me out of character laughing because...
Terror what strikes in the dark.
Right? Yeah. More like the mild annoyance that strikes in the dark.
Really?
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 Really.
So, I figured you'd want to shake down the orc with the heart of gold who adopted a bunch of kids because
You have something to sympathize about?
trying to buy his way into heaven like a certain other person we know.
Who? Who would want to go there?
I'm looking at him. It's
That's despicable. Terrible place. Really overrated. Anyways. Yes, Hal, you could talk to the person with Twitter. That's like 3 times the amount of orphans you have. If not 4. How many orphans do you have? 4 at this point?
I have 3 children.
Alright, yes. So that's 4 times the number of orphans that you currently have. So I'm sure we'll have
They're
lots
not
to talk about.
orphans, they're my kids.
Yes. So here's a bunch of orphans.
I'm not gonna talk to some orc about orphans.
You're right. But you could talk to him about information regarding the bank and sympathize with each other over your orphan collections.
Why don't we just go rob this fucking bank? We know a way in, right?
Alright. Do you want to rob a Did you have intel on the last bank you robbed, Hal?
I don't know.
That's probably partially why you got caught.
No.
Did anyone...
The only reason why I got caught is because my fucking teammates knocked me out.
Did your teammates have any idea of what they were doing when they went in?
I don't know.
But again, this is probably why the plan didn't work completely.
You're wrong.
Alright, well we have it till Friday. Let's see about that. To heist this place. What's wrong with spending the evening trying to get more information?
I don't have any better plans, so.
Right. Talk to them. Chit-chat. But if we talk to the Mr. Orphan Collector, he's probably going to want a cut. If we inform him that the proprietor of said bank is a dragon. That's the only difficulty with Mr. Stark. I almost said Herr Orphanhaver, but I
Alright, so we're doing this? What's happening? Let's do it.
Alright, we shall... Harlan, you're staying here, I take it. The rest of us are going to... There's 3 of us, and there's 3 people that need chatting to. So... Perhaps I can use my wiles on Miss Lutetia and have a talk to me about these porcelain pugs and see what she knows about the bank and offices. And Lamont, you cannot terrify Mr. Georgie. Maybe you can ask like you're applying for a job. I don't feel comfortable having Lamont chat with anyone here, but...
You want me to apply for a job in the service industry just to shake down?
Wouldn't it be funny if you did? It would be very ironic. It would be hilarious.
Be what?
It would be ironic.
I know what that means. Like, looks at Hal. You know, I know what that means.
Oh. It would be funny because you hate it so much if you were acting like you actually wanted to work there. It would be like me, being like, oh please sir, let me be a stable boy. It's funny because it's ironic.
Right.
Never happen.
I think I get it.
Alright, I'll give you a dictionary sometime.
Look, I'm gonna go talk to the pie guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember to talk to him
Let's go talk to him.
outside, making sure he's facing the bank so he remembers where he worked.
I'm sorry, are we going separately? I thought we were all going
We're all
together.
going together, but I assume that they're not going to be in one happy little talkative clump.
Sure.
I mean, if they are, I guess it works. Let's go to the bank and see what happens. We'll be back later,
works.
Harlan.
Be careful out there. Try not to draw attention to yourselves.
Never.
Yeah, we never try. Just kind of
Okay.
happens.
So you guys are going to make your way back to the bank.
Yes.
Only one of you knows where that is.
Yes. I
Because
lead the way.
The other two
I've forgotten.
don't believe that the bank exists.
Nope.
They've just seen your paperwork.
I'll have you sign it when we get there. That way you can remember you believed me at some point.
Do we not remember our months of chasing after this?
No! Not when you're
No,
not looking at the bank.
Yeah, no, you know that there's money hidden in a vault.
Yeah.
But you haven't found it.
Okay.
Until you look at it again. And when you see the bank again, you will remember being there. You will remember everything that you've learned about it. And you will understand why you're there. And as soon as you turn away, all of that will go away again.
Well, that's what
I think Wendell had spent like the past not sleep of night, like the wee hours of the morning while eating breakfast, making like remember flyers, like just bullet points of things that we've already been over several times. Jog memories.
Just
Okay.
and as soon as they say you have to be facing the bank, Lamont abandons his master plan of splitting the party, telling the two of them to go to hell. It's like, all right, let's go to the bank.
Okay.
Ideally, you should both be facing the bank. Otherwise, you'll forget why you're there. All right.
Okay.
Harlan,
So-
do you have a way to identify magic or detect its presence?
Of course, yes.
All right. We might need that at some point to try to dispel this memory affliction. Something to keep in mind. It's a possibility. Something to think on.
Do you need
Leprechaun.
me to with you today?
No, I think you'll find here for now. But perhaps tomorrow, if it doesn't go well tonight. Alright, let's go. Good luck, everyone. Try not to die.
Will you be taking a carriage?
Oh, it is a long walk, isn't it?
It's a very long walk. From where
Yes,
you're
we'll
at.
take a carriage.
I think a carriage rolling up is going to draw some attention, though, because
We'll roll up to like 3 blocks prior.
maybe like a mile prior,
Sure,
just in case.
just in case.
Okay. It's no problem. This time of day, finding a carriage is very easy. No one has a problem taking you into the central district in that area. And it doesn't take you too long. You know that it's probably about an hour now before you expect the shift to end
Okay.
by the time you arrive there. So there's very
I
little
think-
foot traffic.
I think if that's the case, we would have stopped by, gotten some, like, hats. Cloakers. Wendell would have gotten a disguise of some sort.
Okay.
Have a
Won't
club.
be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just looking for simple street clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You
Blend
find
in.
something. Yeah, no big deal.
Even wax his mustache differently. Instead of, like, curling up. Or, like, wax into more of a handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're definitely an evil henchman,
Yes.
and the rest of you are there. So as soon as do you guys go ahead and walk up near the bank? Okay. As soon as Lamont and Hal lay eyes on the bank, you remember everything.
Just tell
You
me when
remember forgetting.
things.
You remember everything about it. You remember forgetting. You remember thinking it's stupid, and you remember everything you did. Lamont, you remember trying to write everything down on your hand, and that not working.
Yeah.
Now you remember trying to go inside and get information and turning around and walking away and then leaving.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely
So-
leaving.
I already talked to one of the people in there.
You did.
Yeah. One of the guards, I was like, hey, I want to open a bank account. And they're like, no, you're too poor.
I'm guessing you forgot to tell us.
I turned around and didn't
Yes.
remember a single thing, so.
Oh. But, I mean, apparently they only let the extraordinarily wealthy open an account here.
apparently.
Just strikes me as interesting that it's a bank, that there's a gold dragon treating it as its hoard. Does no one make withdrawals from the bank? Are they using it to simply hoard their immense wealth? I have questions.
Of course, no one makes withdrawals. They can't remember their way back.
They don't remember they have money at the bank until they like roll up to the like. Oh wait, yeah, let's go walk inside. That's why you only get an invitation in. It all makes sense now. It's like, yes, please deposit your massive income here and then forget everything. Yes, really, it's a clever dragonish plot.
A hell of a racket.
To learn this memory spell technology. Maybe one day.
All right. So, what's the plan here?
Yeah, what are we doing?
So, people get off shift in about 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
So,
And then we're going to speak with them.
are we just gonna stand here?
Well, it's barely in sight and we're very nonchalantly chatting.
Are we?
I'm...
Can I look around for gold coins and
Yes.
mini dragons?
Yes, you may. As soon as you look away, you forget why you're there.
How?
What are we doing here?
How? Over here.
Yeah, what?
There you are.
Oh, hey.
Yes. I'll look... What? I'm guessing you were looking for gold.
Yeah, because,
Yes.
like, those things attacked us.
I'll look for them.
Okay. It's probably a
Okay,
good
investigation, please, Wendell. I
Wendell's
love
like,
that. I want to look around. You look away. What am I doing here?
Ooh! Investigation +0, so 19.
19. There is no gold at all lying on the ground around you.
None.
None at this moment.
There's none currently. Keep your eyes in this direction peeled, and I'll look the direction behind you. I just casually lean on like a lamppost.
Time flies by, and 3 carriages pull up directly behind each other. They are black. They have black tinted windows, black horses, and men dressed all in black with black caps. They pull up and stop. The doors open to the front of the bank, and you see 4 guards come out and line the sidewalks.
Because that's how they do the shift. This makes
And
it difficult to
the
speak
employees that you believe you're there to scout
to them. Mm-hmm.
begin stepping out.
Okay.
It's a group of 12.
We're gonna look for a dwarf, a half-orc, and a Chondathan?
You see Stark-Toned Skull, the large half-orc male. He is dressed in his cook's assistant whites, so he's easy to spot. He's his size. Georgie Ninebellies, the dwarf veteran, he is he's a guard. So you see him wearing basically what looks like the shirt of the ones that the guards that are guarding the exit are wearing, but he's changed into different clothing. Looks like just normal street clothing. Nothing too spectacular. Seems like not a very wealthy man. And then a very attractive woman steps down that you believe might
Hopefully
be
they all get in
Letitia.
the same carriage.
No, they each get into different carriages.
Dear. Well, pick a carriage and go!
A few minutes passes by. They all load in. The doors are closed, and the carriages start to pull off. What would you like to do?
Are they going at like a brisk pace or just like a normal like clock?
Normal. It's not a rush.
Yeah. Each take a carriage, follow it to the house, talk to them there, maybe get it on the good side, and figure out how to approach them without getting shoved off by guards.
You do know as soon as we look away, we're gonna forget what we're doing, right?
Shh. This is why I made little mini pamphlets to remind you. I hand them each a pamphlet.
Okay.
That'll
sweet.
be follow Georgie, and I imagine like walking after the carriages.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now,
Sweet pamphlet.
I
One-
made them.
carriage turns north, 2 carriages turn south.
Okay. Which is the carriage that George... Well, we know where he lodges. So I think we'll follow Lutetia's carriage?
Okay, the carriage Lutetia got into, as far as you can tell now, turns south.
Okay. Gotcha.
The one that Georgie the guard got into turned north.
Well, that's because he lives in the upper slums.
And then
Yeah.
the cook's assistant got into the third one, which also turned
South, because they both live in the port. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just follow behind, fast walking.
Okay. All right. So, are you nonchalantly trying to stay behind these, or are you just being completely obvious that you're chasing after carriages?
Try for nonchalance.
Okay. Let's roll a stealth. It's not a full stealth, so it's a very low DC to be nonchalant, stealthily nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
I take to the rooftops and stalk from above.
If you wish
Okay.
to stalk from the rooftops, that's perfectly fine, Lamont.
Okay.
15.
Okay, 15. Lamont, it's your
11.
thing. It's no problem for you to stalk from the rooftops. That's your thing. And with
Would
the
be-
23,
well, we just
you are
look-
unseen.
Like, we're out on a stroll. How getting our exercise.
What was your roll, Hal?
And 11.
An 11? Okay, all of you are nonchalant, and Lamont is gone. Like the terror in the night
Ooh,
that
I wonder
he
if he's
is.
going to strike terror.
You heard that, Lamont.
I telekinetically said, I heard that.
And I'll respond back in the... I'll just pull out my book. And I'll respond via sending. Oh good, that means you're at least successfully stalking. And I'll write in it so that weird voice comes
Weird
into Lamont's...
robotic
Yeah.
voice.
Ugh.
So as soon as I look away.
As soon as you look away, you're not sure. Yeah, you find yourself following this carriage. You think you're following a carriage, but you don't know why. It's
Please read the pamphlet Oh, wait, hold on. I'll read you the pamphlet I created. And I'll relist the bullet points. Found the vault. It's in a bank. It's guarded by a gold dragon. The employees are leaving guarded shifts and are escorted via carriages back to their places of residence. We're tailing them to their places of residence to talk to 1 to 3 of the most promising ones that we might be able to get information out of.
Who am I following?
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Yes, you're welcome, both of you.
yeah, Lamont. You're just stalking the rooftops right now. You're not really sure why you're up there or why you're in this neighborhood, but
I got my sweet pamphlet though. I'm looking at the pamphlet.
Mhm.
okay. All right, give me a quick perception check to see if you can reacquire your carriage.
Me too.
Yes.
17.
Okay,
Following
no problem.
Lutetia Inkbrush.
Okay, so everybody tell me which one they're following now. Wendell, you're with Lutetia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm with the
Um,
orphan dude.
Okay, you're with the half orc. So Wendell and Hal are both heading south. Lamont, you're heading north, following Georgie Nine Bellies.
That's right.
6.
Okay, so you're quick walking, just keeping an eye on them. There are several opportunities to gain use of a carriage to follow along if you wish.
Might be more inconspicuous to follow in carriage. Rather than on foot, all the way from their place of work. Perhaps?
I guess. Do I keep sight of my carriage with my 6?
Yes, they're both right behind each
Okay.
other at this point.
Okay. And yeah, I guess I'll hop in a carriage.
All
Are we
right.
taking the same carriage or separate carriages?
Ooh, probably... We can split up when they split off.
Okay.
Okay. So you both find a carriage and
Mhm.
just tell them to follow this carriage. It's something that happens. They're not. All right, then fair's running.
So while we're in this carriage, I'm like, something weird with like Lamont.
But yes,
He's more like bitchy than normal.
Yeah, I assume that's because he remembered just how he was even more terrible to customer service before he lost his memory.
Yeah. All right, I guess. I don't know. Something just feels off.
Well, he's claimed you've tried to murder him many times. Perhaps he
Yeah, but
remembered...
we knew this like from the beginning.
Maybe he never actually believed it until he got his memory back.
I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'll just let him kill me and then we'll be even.
Well, you know, his version of if dying is just falling unconscious, so it really wouldn't be that difficult.
I don't have to tell him that. Yeah, and then you'll be there to bring me back to life, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, then we'll be even. I'll be fine.
Be perfect. This plan is flawless.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Maybe it'll close the gap.
Yeah.
All right, as you guys are going down there having that conversation, we'll go to the target of the conversation, Lamont, as he's sprinting across the rooftops with deftness, following this one carriage, which has his quarry, a dwarf named Nine Bellies.
Muttering under his breath, died 6 times. I'll show you who died 6 times. Kill me, put me through a portal. I'm the goddamn portal master. I'll shove you through a portal straight to hell. You're talking about me to my face. I swear to God, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Dare you?
All
Dare
right,
you.
so as you mumble across the rooftops, you notice that you're going to have a difficulty coming up soon. The tall city walls of the northern of the southern Temple District walls are directly ahead of you. It looks like you may have to scramble and reacquire your quarry as you either go through the gate or try and top the walls.
How high are the walls we're talking about here?
These particular walls are 50 feet high. The roofs at the base of the wall are at least 30 feet lower.
I think he jumps like a cat who doesn't quite make it.
You can give me an athletics check. It's possible for you to climb the wall, or you could try and do an acrobatic
30
using a
feet.
rope or something. You could do an acrobatics check.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're very deft, and this is what you do. You are
I
that
am.
which strikes terror in the night. I mean,
bet
this
your
is
ass.
your thing.
And I have a grapnel and 50
Yes.
feet of rope.
Yes, no problem.
No.
Okay, you easily affix the grapple. I have something to roll now.
I love grappling. I love
Lamont
grappling.
gets
hooks so
arrested.
much.
Luckily, the Barovian guards are on duty today,
Oh.
and they see absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why they hired immigrants.
I
from
don't
Barovia
know
to town
why.
Guard, but
They
they can never
they
roll
talk-
above a 5 in perception. So
I literally rolled a 5.
you
and
beat
so-
the Barovian guard's record.
Yes,
You're getting
yes,
better.
I rolled a 5. You top the wall. I need you to try and make a perception or investigation check to reacquire your target.
Investigation? We're going perception.
Oh, you
Man.
persuaded them, but I'll give you the roll
Damn it.
anyway. You rolled a 19. That's a success. I'll give
I get
you
the
that.
same bonus.
Yeah, well, okay, it's fine. That's 22. You easily acquire them, and you see that you have a straight shot to stay atop the wall for a while. You don't see any guards in this section, and you can keep an eye on the carriage until you need to dismount the wall.
50 feet up in the air, and it's been a little past midday. So in the afternoon sun,
Well, no, it's 5 o'clock because they just got off of work.
the late afternoon sun,
Mhm.
Lamont stalks the rooftops.
That's what stalks the evening today.
Yes. Yeah, right. That was terror. What stalks the late afternoon,
Late afternoon.
right before dinner.
The post-dinner stalking. That's what we're doing right now. And so it's easy for you to keep eye on them. And so we'll leave you for now as you're shooting across the roof, the top of the wall,
Yeah.
following your quarry. We'll go back down to Wendell and Hal. The carriages split as they reach the wall gates to the port of Amman. One follows along the outside of the gate going south. The other enters the gate going in.
Right. Whose is doing what?
Wendell's is going in. Howell's is following along the wall for a bit,
Alright, Howell.
going further south.
Oh, I guess I'll hop out and find my own carriage.
Okay. All right. So Howell dismounts the carriage. The driver is kind of thinking, you going to get your fare, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, we got into an argument. I'll cover it.
Yeah, well, a man like you, it shouldn't be too hard to find someone down here to get company with.
Wendell's not
Fucking
sure if he
what?
should take that as a compliment or as an insult, but he
Does
just
he think I'm a hooker? Fucking what?
It doesn't take long before you see, Wendell, that Lutetia gets out and steps into her townhome.
All right.
All right. Hal, there's no carriages in this particular area, but it's not too hard to follow along.
Yeah,
Your
I'm just
carriage.
gonna stealthily run after it, I guess.
Yeah, let's just get a stalking check here.
God. So is it stealth then?
Yeah, it's stealth. It's not too much. It's not a hard DC. You're just trying not to be completely oblivious.
I have a negative when it comes to stealth.
Okay.
So...
Not
Well,
surprised there.
not negative, disadvantage because heavy armor.
Mhm.
With disadvantage, that's a 15.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, no problem. They do not notice you following,
Cool.
and you're able to make your way through the streets without really being at a disadvantage to the people who are walking there as well. You're able to keep an eye on it easily, and you can go perfectly fine.
Cool.
Harlan, what are you doing back at the temple? We've left you alone for way too long. We must check on you now.
No. I'm probably just working on some scrolls.
What sort of scrolls are you working on?
Let's see. What spells do I have currently prepared? I want to work on some sending scrolls.
Okay.
No. I want to work on a fly scroll. That's what I want to do.
Okay. And you have the ink and the paper and the money to be able to inscribe this scroll.
I forgot the cost of the third level scroll.
Well, the parchment is just going to be. I believe the parchment is just parchment. It's your inscribing of the spell, with the magically adept ink that you use for inscription. And what level is fly? Is that third level? Okay, so I believe that's 150 gold worth of ink.
Aye. All right.
Those aren't cheap, but they're so useful.
Well, that's what I'm doing then.
Okay. Just give me an Arcana check. Let's see how well you're handling this.
All right.
Oh, not a problem. Do you go to the scriptorium to do your transcribing?
Oh yes. Probably to someone's desk.
Well, with advantage because Stuart is helping because he finds this fascinating. He doesn't do magical inscription, and you really impressed him. So you get an 18, which means it does not take you very long. It'll take you 2 hours to inscribe this particular scroll.
Kind of a bit annoyed since he's actually finding errors or whatever. I'm like,
Yes, he's pointing out a few things, and he's constantly talking. Constantly in your ear, asking questions, talking, commenting, pointing out your errors.
Look,
But he means well.
yes, your guidance is useful, but
Oh, I know. Everyone tells me I'm the most useful person here. They only tell me that once, and I don't see him for a long time. But I just, it's always lonely here in the scriptorium. But I get a lot of work done, and it's really nice having someone else here. Harlan's a really interesting name. Is that a normal hobgoblin? It just like that all the way through.
just yes, they all have a testus in many ways.
He doesn't even notice the comment and just keeps going. Okay, so you'll be inscribing. You'll have that by the end of the session tonight. You'll have the fly scroll. All right. Let's go back to, let's get to the first of our interrogations, maybe, because Hal's carriage stops and lets out her quarry, and Lamont follows the wall all the way over to the upper slums and sees his quarry get out at a tavern near the wall of the upper slums to the north. But Wendell is the first to be close to his quarry. Lutetia steps into her townhome, whistling about a wonderful day that she's had at work. What do you do?
I crack my knuckles and I go, "Oh, right here'll be fine. How much do I owe you?"
No, that'll just be I don't know, 5 gold for the two of you across town chasing, kind of surprised, that kind of thing. Ask
Of
no
course.
questions.
Here
tell
you
no
are.
tales.
Good man. I give him the 5 gold.
He looks down at it, at the exact number you gave.
And I give him, and then I toss him another gold over my shoulder as I walk towards.
He catches it deftly. Have a fine day, master.
I'm sure I will. And he walks up, he kind of straightens up himself a bit. Look, check his reflection in like a window as he passes by. He's gonna try to lay it on smooth.
This is
for
a nicer
snake
area
crush.
in the port. I mean, you've been to some of the rundown areas,
Yes.
especially that one area that you saw that it had the fire earlier in the year.
Yes.
But this is closer to the central district, just inside. It's kind of been gentrified a little bit. That's why it's nicer. And so you see Lutetia step up to the door, and she's about to go inside.
And I go, "Excuse me, miss."
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard from someone at the Temple of the Allfather that you have the most marvelous collection of porcelain pugs, and as a pug enthusiast myself, I was wondering if I might, perhaps see your collection.
I won't say that I'm a pug enthusiast. I'm a porcelain pug enthusiast. I really can't stand the real things. They're smelly and they lick
They
a lot and they
drool all
growl and
over.
bark and drool.
Yes,
And
the inanimate
porcelain,
forms are so much superior.
yes, they are always clean. They are quiet. They speak when spoken to,
Oh,
and they are so easy to store and place. I do truly love them. There's a beautiful artist at your temple, I believe, that you mentioned. Emunet does the most beautiful work.
yes, so I've heard. In fact, I was thinking about getting, one commissioned from.
Oh, you'll have to offer a hefty sum. She's quite tired of making porcelain pugs now. I've tricked her a few times with my friends, but it's all in good fun. I'm quite a collector, and I can only do so much.
Well, a beautiful lady such as yourself shouldn't be denied the joy of porcelain pugs.
I quite agree. You seem quite the gentleman. Would you like to come upstairs and take a look at some?
I would be honored. And he gives
I have
her
quite a selection
bow.
in the parlor. I believe that'd be fine enough. No one would talk about a quick visit to the parlor, I'm sure.
Of course they would. They wouldn't
No, please.
dare.
Follow me. It'll be fine. I just got done with work. I'm
Oh,
going to be
really?
having a little drink for the afternoon. Do you drink a wine drinker?
I
Perhaps?
am indeed a wine drinker, actually.
Oh, wonderful. Well, my name is Lutetia. I'm sure you know that, of course. Your name is?
My name is, and he'll go Eustace.
Eustace.
Yes.
Abernathy. It seems like I've known a Eustace Abernathy before.
I was named after the nobleman, the noble lord of my province.
Oh, I
Havisham.
believe he was a great winemaker at one point.
Yes, that's how I know so much about wine. Is I worked in the wineries.
It's so
there.
wonderful. I do enjoy wine.
He's
But
quite.
let's step inside then. Leads you upstairs. She walks inside of the townhome and she takes the stairs up along the right side. And then there's a locked door at the top at landing. When she opens it, you enter into a sort of a parlor, and then there is a covered, like a sliding sort of door that leads into the rest of the rooms. She's like, well, if you just have a seat here, I'll go get us a bottle, and you can peruse the pugs, if you will.
Love to. Thank you. And he'll go over and look very interested at some bugs.
Yeah, you look to the far wall, and it's there's a large fireplace there with just coals in the hearth at the moment, but along the top are just porcelain pugs of every make, size, and shape.
Oh my, good gracious, these are certainly something. And he'll...
You hear from the back, oh yes, I find them those are my favorites. I like to look upon them after I read a book and have a glass of wine and then look upon my pugs. It's wonderful.
They are simply marvelous. It's a marvel, really. And he'll very enthusiastically look for talking points about some of the pugs. Find one that looks maybe more interesting to chat her up about. Get in her good graces.
You definitely find one. I will let you think about what it is.
I like this one with the fire hydrant.
I wasn't sure. You know what one of those is? As she comes walking through, she's got 2 glasses and a bottle. You notice that it's a Hassenpfeffer.
Wendell's like, no, don't develop a crush. We're about to steal her all of the money from her place of employment. And I could hire her. And he thinks back, no, stay on target.
I hope you don't mind. I have a Hassenpfeffer. It's not one of the better years, but now that the vineyard has fallen on such hard times, I like to savor them with friends and new acquaintances when I can.
I think that is a delightful idea.
She looks at the bottle. She goes, my, your profile seems to match this one almost identically. Are you related to the Hassenpfeffers in any way?
Well, yes, we are related.
You know that's your brother's silhouette.
Yes, and he goes, yes, we are related.
Well, here we go. And she pours out some wine, passes you a glass.
Your Havisham is so very small, and he'll take a drink of it.
Yes, it's quite provincial. But sometimes you need to have the country available to get the best tasting grapes, I believe.
This is very true. You know, the composition of the soil in the earth is most important to the grapes, and also the temperature.
I didn't know that mattered. I thought it was just the pedigree of the vines themselves.
Well, the pedigree is, of course, very important. They must be tended to quite carefully, but the soil and the temperature, the amount of cold days, but lack of frost per year really plays an influence.
You seem to know an awful lot about wine, Mr. Abernathy.
I worked a bit at the Havisham Winery.
Oh, what is it you do now?
Now, I've been visiting some friends here in Amon, trying to... I'm a bit of a job hunt, really, but I've been doing a little charity work here and there.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Yes, it keeps the hands busy, you know, while I'm looking for someplace that's taking applications. I've been thinking about getting into banking, perhaps.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've heard it's a good field. Good with numbers.
Well, I do a bit of accounting myself.
Really?
Well, yes. I do clerk work. I work at the offices of Scott and Dimble.
Yes. I've not heard of the offices of Scott and Dimble, but Amon is such a large place.
Well, they're not a very prominent, but they do have a very quality clientele. You should see the numbers I work with every day.
Oh my god,
quite exciting.
Do you know if they're hiring? I do like working with numbers. Math is just thrilling.
Oh no. I'm really the only clerk on staff at the moment, and I don't have enough work really. Even for me, I'm hesitant to say that if I were to have anyone else work with me, I'd almost have to fire myself because I'd have nothing
we wouldn't want that.
No.
Well, Scott and Dimple, tell me about your place of residence. No one gives you any trouble there, I hope.
Oh no, it's a quiet office. We're up in the Central District and some of the more commercial areas. I work 8 to 5, really. I do have a perk. They send a carriage for me every morning. It's wonderful. I get they pick me up in the afternoon. I never have to walk or pay for it myself.
That
I'm
is,
paid
I'm
quite well.
sure
It's
that's
wonderful.
good in inclement weather, especially.
Oh, absolutely. Pick me up right in front of my stoop.
Wow. Well, that is quite marvelous.
No, I'm quite happy with my job.
I see. Well, how long have you been working there? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, forever. I
Ever?
mean, since that terrible business with the dragons. Once I
Oh,
got back to
yes.
Amman, I evacuated with a lot of the other refugees when the class got us out. I was in the sewers for so long.
Oh, how dreadful.
I came back and Mr. Scott was hiring, and I figured I would take the first job. You needed money, and the mages had not started the rebuilding of Amman yet, and so there was a lot that needed to be done, and I figured I'd do my best with doing what I know, and I know numbers.
That is quite...
Oh, and
provincial
pugs. I know porcelain pugs. quite
Porcelain
well, too.
pugs, they are
Of course.
marvelous. Yes, I also like the one with the red collar.
Yes, that is one of my personal favorites.
Yes.
I've actually had that redone. I have every single color, but the red is the best. I put the rest in my bedroom.
Ah, see.
You won't get to see those.
Oh, yeah, that would be quite indecent now, wouldn't it?
Oh, ever so indecent. Yes, yes.
It's just crushed a little bit inside. I think he's just gonna schmooze with
Okay.
her for a little while, trying to, like, he doesn't want to seem like he's coming on too strong about work.
Okay. All right. So that's how that's going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check in with, well, now that Lamont has returned. Lamont, you're the next one to see your quarry. You see Georgie Nine Bellies get out at an inn named the Weathered Spoon. It's very close to the wall along the north side of the Temple District, heading into the inside the upper slums. You can scale down the wall with your rope and grapple very easily and arrive on the roof of the Weathered Spoon. And you see Georgie steps inside.
All right. Descend, land on the street nonchalantly,
Okay.
and kind of dust myself off, pop my coat collar, and go on in the tavern.
Okay. You walk inside. It is a bit busy. This is a working class tavern, or inn and tavern, and inside there are just a lot of people drinking.
And all right, make my way towards the bar. But where's my man? I'm trying to clock Georgie here.
Okay. Give me an investigation or perception, whichever you choose.
Well, I want investigation.
Okay, with a 10, you do a quick walk around the main area of the tavern. Make your way to the bar. You don't see anyone. Barkeep kind of like tries to get your attention. Hi, is there anything we can do for you? What you need?
Man, I'm looking
here?
for no, I'm looking for a buddy of mine just got off work. I don't know, short stuff, dwarf fella. I don't see him.
Does your buddy have a name? There's a few dwarfs here.
Look for a Georgie.
Oh, Georgie. Georgie's upstairs. He just got off of work. He's changing clothes.
Oh, all right. So what does he do? Does he usually come down here and hang out? I got to ask him a question.
Yeah. I mean, he'll drink here and then he'll probably head off to one of the other taverns in town. Doesn't like to drink where he sleeps. He says it causes too much trouble. So he does a tour of places and whatnot. So, you might catch him on the way out.
All right. Appreciate you, pal. And get up and walk out.
Okay.
And I want to go across the street and kind of kick my feet up against the wall. And then I'm going to wait for him to come out.
Okay. Doesn't take too long. Maybe 15, 20 minutes. You see Georgie walking out. He's dressed relatively finely for middle class. It's a good cotton outfit, coat, slacks, better shoes than what he was wearing at work. His beard is combed, his hair is back. He looks like he's going out of the town. And you see him head back the way the carriage came. He's going to go through the gate back into the Iman proper.
Okay. I follow him all the way to where he's going from like across the street in a good distance and follow him to and then in wherever he's going.
Okay. All right. So we'll leave you following now. Let's go check in with Howl. Howl, you see Stark Turnskull step into his simple abode. It's a nicer house, but it looks like he's going up the back, sort of like a back entrance. Might have an attic room there.
Okay, is there a way that I can like run, like physically, literally run into him before he gets to his house? Friday off.
Well, his carriage dropped him off in front of the building you believe is his locate where he lives.
Damn. Okay.
As you see him heading towards the stairs on the back that lead up to like what you believe to be his attic apartment, 6 kids tackle him, take him to the ground, and you just hear laughter.
Okay, I'm gonna make it seem so. Okay, so the back entrance, is it like down an alley?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna like make it seem like I'm walking past the alley. I'm like, everything okay in there?
You see him he's got like one kid in the air. The other ones are grabbing legs. The other one's got like trying to hold his arms. It's having no problems with him. He's just laughing. He's like, he looks up. He's like, his head just pops up. He's like, no, these little rugrats, they like to ambush me every time I get home. So I'm fine. And then you hear in a very kind of quiet voice off to the side that you associate very quickly with a cat, a reddish kind of like copper colored cat. It's like, he's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm just like, did it like a legitimate cat?
Yes, an actual cat.
Like, okay. Hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Silas.
Silas.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lisa.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Yes, I am a cat, Lisa. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just was not expecting a cat to talk to me.
Do you have any fish?
Fish?
Maybe some nip?
Stark
always forgets.
Can I look in my bag and see if I have like fish rations?
Sure. Let's see if you have any dried fish rations in your bag. Let's just roll a D20. Roll high.
Roll high. Okay.
D20. Let's just see. Fish rations in your bag.
Does an 11 count as high?
No, 11 doesn't count as high.
Damn.
You find some jerky and some meat. You're not sure exactly where it came from.
I got some jerky. Do you want that?
It's like leans forward. Let me sniff it.
Yeah, and I'll hold it out to them.
She just turns her head. Oh no! Oh heavens, no! What? You eat that?
I mean, I haven't in a while. It's probably why it doesn't smell that great. I
don't
saw
like you now. And Silas walks away.
What?
Okay, so cat. Yes, it's just cat. All right. If you know cats, you know. Silas will be back in a moment.
I was gonna say, like, I saw a stall down there. I can go buy her some fish. Fish. It's some fish.
Silas is a cat.
So okay.
You haven't really dealt with cats much, have you?
I'm a dog person. Literally.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What are you? I'm sorry. I'm Stark. I'm stuck.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Hi,
no, I
Lisa.
was just walking past and heard screams and was.
I was laughing.
Oh.
I just got off of work.
Oh. That's a lot of kids you got.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I've got 3 tykes. Well, they're not really tykes anymore, but.
Oh, this
No.
is just half of them. I got 6
This is
more
just
inside.
half?
Yeah.
God. Holy crap.
This
can
is
barely handle
this is
3.
the assault team. The ambush team is up top.
Ah, fair.
I'll get
fair.
6 more when I get inside.
Fair. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough every day after work. Yeah, you cook all day, and then you come home and get beat up by children. But I love them all.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So you have a talking cat.
No, I think a talking cat has me. I think it. Well, I mean, if you ask Silas, Silas owns the house, and I just provide food, and entertainment at times, and a place to sleep when
I'm sorry.
it's tired.
The cat owns the house.
Not really, I do. But if you ask the cat, that's what the cat will say.
Yes, I understand. Cats, apparently.
Yes.
How
cats.
did that happen? How did you
I don't know.
just showed
Really,
up
I think
one
Silas
day?
adopted me. Just kind of walked up, said hi.
Fair. Yeah. Well, it makes sense because you got 12 others that. Because they. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be
Well-
offensive, but they don't look like half works.
No, they're not mine. No.
That's okay. Mine aren't mine either. So.
Nah, well,
I know
it's
the
a blessed
feeling.
thing you're doing. Taking in other people's failures is, and I don't mean that the wrong way. It's like people failed them, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
It's
They found me, so it's kind of like Silas.
I see them out, the little urchins. They try and rob me when I come home, and then I would just kind of grab them by the scruff of the neck and like, you need a home, and I'd adopt them.
That's
And really, when you
one way
look
to
like
do
me,
it, yeah.
they don't say no.
That's fair.
Die.
And if you're nice to them, they stay. So
Well, exactly. You give them
Yeah.
food. You let them attack you from time to time, tackle you. You give them a
Yeah.
place to stay that's warm.
if you
You
don't
know?
mind me asking, how do you afford 12 of them? I can barely afford 3.
I'm a cook. I
What
get
do
to
you-
bring home.
You
He
cook
kind
gourmet
of points
meals
over, and there's
for
a
king?
bag of just like bread and cheeses,
Oh.
and it's just like I get to bring home all the extras.
Damn, who you cook for that you get food that good?
Noble's house up in the Central District.
Oh, yeah, nobles that do that.
Yeah. It's great though. They send a carriage to pick me up every day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I get picked up with a lot of the other staff. We go up. That's great. Every day I get picked up. Every day I get brought home. I just got dropped off right before the
What?
kids attacked me.
Oh well, that probably explains why they attacked you then, because you just got home.
Yeah, they miss me.
Yeah, I miss mine. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it.
Awesome. It was a pleasure meeting you, Lisa.
You too. See
All right,
ya.
and he just like stands up and picks up all 6 kids. He just walks them up the stairs.
Is a cat anywhere around here?
The cat's staring at you from atop the stairs, just like
Okay.
looking at you, staring,
Like,
unblinking.
hey, do you want me to, I mean, I did really see a fish cart back there. If you want me to go buy you a fish.
Just like looks at you and keeps staring. Then just turns its head and walks inside.
Bye, Silas. And I guess I leave.
Had one chance
Okay.
to make an impression.
All right. So after everyone has made their first attempts, or at least made contact in a way, following or talking to their quarries, we're going to call it there for the night. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe a week to think about how best to approach this, as these people have no idea who it is they work for, really. And we still haven't seen how Lamont's going to talk to his. So I think
Oh,
we should
no.
start with that next week, because I can't wait to see how that happens. But we're going to go around with those of us that are able to play tonight. Once again, Igor is sulking in his room after being chastised by his master, as Shiny Pilot had to work this evening and could not join us. So we're going to start with the man who is making the fly scrolls, which I can't wait to see how they're being used, Harlan Flipcloak.
Oh, hello. Yes. You can find me playing here today and tomorrow, and sometimes on Fridays I play Aliens. I'm not sure when our next Aliens game's coming up. Guess we'll be figuring that out soon. let's see here. Yes, my favorite parts. I like talking to Amunet. Amunet was fun to talk to, and also Hal saying I'm a dog person just cracked me up. But thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like I'm literally a dog person. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Good point. So let's chat with the dog person, who could tell us all about how much they love Silas Red.
I do love cats, and talking cats are even better. Although I'm sure if my cats talked to me, they wouldn't have very nice things to say because they're all monsters. Hi, I'm Nugatosaurus. I play Hal the Shifter Fighter. Tomorrow night, I'll be playing Ambar of Vanastra in our Mr. Ravenloft campaign. And on the occasional Friday night, I play Violet the Shifter, not Shifter, Synthetic. That's the word. The Synthetic in our Aliens campaign, which some interesting stuff is happening there. So I'm really excited for that. We need to play again super soon. My favorite part was Hal and Wendell talking about, maybe I'll just let him kill me and, even the score. And kill me is just, rendering me unconscious because that's what Lamont thinks is being dead. So, yeah. See y'all next week.
Thank you. Yes, that was quite entertaining because it's so true, too. Well, let's check in with Mr. Lamont Quinlan and see how he thinks about that whole not dying thing.
I think he just really was really insulted by that moment, and sitting there seething, is not gonna forget it anytime soon, but didn't force the point in the moment. And it was a great bit. This was a good episode. We got a little bit of a pressure cooker thing going that I think is great. And I'm over here making notes for the next one for walking into this bar. This is good. Lamont walks into a bar. I like this. We're gonna have some fun next week. I'm producer Trav. I cut WebDM, and despite the madness going on in the world, we will have a show this week about how to win Dungeons and Dragons. You won't want to miss it. The intro is a hoot. Trips into it. We play Ravenloft tomorrow, and I'm gonna be here, I think, in a cowboy hat, so you won't want to miss that. And then we're gonna play some aliens here pretty soon. We're gonna play some teenagers here pretty soon. We got some surprises coming up in April and May. I got people in my DMs. It's Crazy Town. Playing a game with Lindy that's gonna be something kind of bonkers, so that's kind of cool. And I just appreciate the opportunity to do this. Everybody take care of each other, wash your hands, be good to one another, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Yes, I cannot wait to see what Lamont does when he speaks with Georgie.
Oh, no.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong at all. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to finding out what this secret special things are coming up in the coming months. That should be exciting to see.
Ooh.
Quite exciting to see. More shows to watch on the channel, maybe, or other channels or places or things. Can't wait. So I'm going to go ahead and check out before I pass it along to Lindy. I'm Deception Check. I'm the DM. I play that tonight, and everybody else that these guys talk to, whether they're weird or funny or silly or cats. So that's me. I also play Merrick Tenpenny on Tuesdays for Mr. Ravenloft, and occasionally Hank Granger, the synthetic hunter who is trying to be friends with the synthetic he likes. But, well, we'll see how that goes. So favorite parts, the whole thing. I just enjoy it. I love what these guys do every time. It's hard to pick the best part, but it's just always fun because it's entertaining and you never know exactly what's going to happen. So I'll just pass this on over to Lindy, who is our Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwaddle Hassenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hassenpfeffers.
That is correct. That's me. Hi. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and playing games. It's lots of fun. Really cool. My favorite part, too, was being in the carriage with Hal. Wendell and Hal had, a conversation and a discussion, which they both agreed on something in it and were amenable, and I feel like that's a big step for them. But I'm sure Wendell will ruin it again next time they speak, most likely. Just like he ruined it earlier, and I love it. Thanks, Becky, for being awesome. Alright, you can find us here every Monday for Mondays in Exandria, and every Tuesday for Mists of Ravenloft. You can find us here one Saturday a month for Teenagers from Outer Space, which this month will be on the morning of the 28th. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Keep your calendars wide open, which if you're at home because you're self-quarantining or social distancing or whatever, you know, you'll probably be there. Or you should be. Nothing else to do, because it's great. Also, keep your ears and eyes tuned and peeled for our next Aliens episode. That sounded way creepier than I meant it to be. Keep your eyes and ears tuned and peeled. New catchphrase. See you guys later. You can find us all the time having fun. Bye!